Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back to the Gonzo Ewok channel with me Gonzo
and me Ewok
for another episode of
Geordie Space Program.
Back after a little bit of a short hiatus after the past couple of weeks.
No, we had one last week. I missed a week in the middle.
Aye.
So that we didn't... well, either way, it was a week without content.
There was a week without, and apologies in advance, I was on holiday, and I'll regale you of tales of my holiday as we get going with this episode. But as a result, we were meant to get together and do some recording before I went, and we didn't manage, which was a bit of a shame, so apologies for that, viewers. Hope you weren't jonesing too hard for some Gonzo Ewok goodness. But we're back.
Right. A couple of little changes to the Geordie Space Program format that we will inform you of now for our regular users. If you're new, hi, this is how we're going to do things from now on. First of all, we're conscious that our videos are quite long and we sometimes don't get the chance to record as much as we want in a day. So we're going to follow the example of several other YouTubers.
Good YouTubers.
Good YouTubers. And we're going to try and keep our videos around the sort of 20 or 30 minute mark. So with that, I'm going to set a timer. That timer is set for 20 minutes. When we run out of time, it'll go buzz, and then we'll find the next logical stopping point, and we'll continue in the next episode. So,
I think that makes sense. And before you start panicking, I can hear some people going, we like the long episodes. We were thinking if we're going to be recording shorter episodes, there might be the chance to do like a bit more regular update.
Yeah, maybe 2 a week instead of 1 a week. We'll see how we go. The second change is the return of the mouse cursor, which you'll hopefully be able to see moving around there. We cropped that from our recording because there was a problem with KSP in that when we were recording it using our software, the mouse cursor would be off-center, so
it was very confusing.
It was very confusing. We were pointing at things, and then on the video, the mouse cursor was in a completely different place. There's been a couple of updates since we last tried that, so we're going to try it again to see if that issue is resolved. If it's not and it's still off-center, apologies, you're going to have to live with it for this episode, but we'll turn it off for next episode.
If anything, you really would benefit from seeing this thing turned on, viewers, because you really get the full impact of Ewok's panicking when you can actually see his cursor
frantically moving around, clicking this, that and everything.
Exactly, aye.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded, so we're going to quickly nip out and see where we're at. So we've got this little sort of mini base sort of thing set on Minmus. We've got Kerbin. I forgot about Kerbin. Kerbin is stuck in an almost polar orbit.
She had to get out so we could rescue the boys.
And we've got a Munlander landed at Minmus. Okay, we've got Crap Munlander. I believe that is to be destroyed because I don't think there's anyone in that.
Let's have a look.
Oh no, Wendy's in there. Okay, so Wendy's trapped there. Ooh, on the plus side, that means we don't need to set up a new little.
Can she get out?
She can get out, but it's got no communicator ability. Right, so we've got two people to rescue eventually. We've got Wendy and Merg. Oh, Gonzo's just turned the brightness up there. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, the viewers won't be able to see that, but it's just a setting on my monitor I'm finding is quite good for the way that things are set up.
So that's where we stand at the minute. Not much in terms of infrastructure. The Space Centre's still looking a little bare. We've maxed out science as far as we can go without updating the actual Research and Development Centre.
Yeah, we need to get that upgraded as a bit of a priority, I think, because we've got the science to spend.
So with that in mind, we need some more money. So we can afford it now, but it'll not leave us with anything to do any missions.
If we can get a buffer of maybe a couple of $100 grand, thereabouts, do you reckon?
Now, we already know what we're going to do because we've been in and checked it out. We've got position satellite and a polar orbit of Kerbin.
We can do that.
Let's have a look, just make sure we get all the specifics. Just an unmanned probe with an antenna that can generate power. Reach the polar orbit, maintain stability. Equatorial orbit one, exactly the same. So we're going to take both of them.
And they'll give us approximately about 30 grand for taking them. As you can see, where money's just shot up, and we'll get about 80 odd grand if we manage to complete them. So
okay.
That'll give well over 200 grand there in the plus. There's our buffer, and then that's hopefully going to pave the way for more sciencey goodness.
We do have a pre-prepared design that we were going to use last mission round, but we ended up doing that Minmus mission instead. Cheap satellite number 2. The first design didn't work. Yeah. I just want to make sure it's got everything. So yeah, it's got a communitron on the top. It's got a thermometer so we can take science readings, and it's got the 2 solar panels.
Do we want any more science on that?
No, because I prefer doing the science on manned missions so you don't lose out on the the bonuses.
Just an
a little
idea.
bit of monoprop. That's just to help us do a basic adjustment as we go.
Stop. We're flipping in those early stages.
Okay, this is ready to go, and double check the staging. Staging all looks good to me. Let's launch this bad boy.
Cool.
Now, one more thing, Let's check which way round the planet this equatorial orbit wants us to be going.
That's a very good point.
Because we don't want to do our orbit and end up going the wrong way. Alright, so it's going in a sort of easterly orbit.
The
so
normal direction.
The normal direction, that's good. So we'll probably go for equatorial first, and then we'll see if we can use the same satellite to get the polar orbit.
Right, yeah. And because this isn't full of people, I don't mind you doing this, because if it screws up, it screws up.
If it screws up, it screws up, and we can just scrap the damn thing. So let's launch it. You may be used from our previous ones to see me taking these launches nice and slow and steady, and just like conserving power and conserving fuel. But in this particular instance, this bad boy is just going to go up.
Nice.
And it's going to go up hard and fast.
That's what I like. Up hard, fast. That all sounds good.
To be honest, I've been like really quite safe with our ascents, and I was watching some Scott Manley videos the other day, and he was just gunning it. So I've been experimenting with that.
The Mad Scotsman.
I've been able to get away with it quite well, so I'm thinking we'll probably end up doing that more often.
I think one of the reasons he might do that is because he strives for realism, and as we've discussed in a previous video, rockets either fire or they don't. Like, you don't really throttle rockets as such. There's very few instances where rocket engines do that.
This thing is like flipping like all hell, so I'm just going to be very, very unoptimized in the launch and just power it up there.
No, I think that's good. It's getting a bit warm, mate.
We're getting the heat effect. We're still low down for the amount of fuel we've used, but look at how fast that's going up.
Aye.
And we're about to crack over 1,000 meters a second.
Yeah, it's hurtling. I'm scared the thing's going to pop at the front.
It'll be absolutely fine. The winglets are heating up a bit. So right. There we go. We'll quickly fire this off like a bullet. That's pretty cool.
That's a pretty fast launch. I like it. Oh, and that's give a point.
So I've got the second stage, which is designed to get us into orbit and do a little bit of redirection.
Nice.
I'll just
see where I can get that.
Just optimise this manoeuvre node so that we're not wasting any delta V. I'd like to start off with a nice circular orbit.
All right.
And then move from there.
Cool. That makes a lot of good sense.
So I'll get a circular orbit of around about 112,000. That'll do the job. 108 on one side, 111 on the other. Don't want to be too anal about it, do we? I'll come back to that and sort that out later. That's going to be a 51-second burn with this.
So while I've been on my holidays, you've been putting the time into this then?
Since you've been away on your holidays, I've put about 50 hours into Kerbal Space Program.
Nice. And
the Ewok Space Program is looking damn sexy.
It's a shame we haven't recorded that one really, because that sounds as though it's going very well.
Well, we could do a little walk around of my space program in a super short video to show what we're sort of striving for with Geordie's space program.
I suppose maybe just putting it up in like a taste of things to come all being well. Although what I found is there's a huge disconnect between what you do by yourself in previous versions of the game, what I was doing by myself, and what we've actually achieved in Geordie's space program.
Well, that's the bonus of being able to revert on my personal saves, isn't it?
You see, in my personal, I don't revert. I play Iron Man mode.
I generally don't revert missions, but I do a lot of rocket testing and building. So a rocket that I take on a mission might go through 20 iterations before I think it's ready to launch. And obviously that would be unaffordable on the the shoestring budget that Geordie Space Program has going for it.
Aye. Well, we're changing all that now though, because we're
firing the fairing off, by the way.
While the rocket's firing?
Well, yeah, we've got solar panels on there, so we might run out of power if we don't.
Well, whoosh, you bugger. Looks quite nice, that.
I mean, it's not bad considering the basic tech that we've got. Once we get these deployable solar panels and stuff like that, our satellites will really start looking the part.
So what are the little grey bits then that's underneath the core? You see where the solar panels are attached?
That?
No, where the solar panels are attached.
Oh, that?
No, up again. Them bits.
Them bits?
No, the body. The body. The grey.
These?
Where the solar panel... Yes.
Oh, those are little fuel tanks, mate.
Right.
Those are little fuel tanks, and I've got a teensy little engine there.
Alright. A little diddy engine.
A little diddy engine. Right, the first thing I want to do is match the apoapsis there. So that's 14,500. I want to burn when we hit there so that it matches, and I'll bring it out the same sort of distance, 40,500. Now we'll... Ooh.
Now we don't want that.
Ah, what's happened there? Someone put the mud in the way. Or did I just push out way too far? Yeah, I just pushed out way too far. No panic. So it was a 14.5. So we'll get it there. And then if we look at it from above, you'll see that we're on
looks a bit better.
A pretty sort of similar. What I'd like to do is get my orbit circularised so that it matches it, and then once I've done that, then I'll do the inclination change.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
So this won't take too long at all. That's 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
And bearing in mind, we've still got that little fuel tank, and that little fuel tank is more than enough to push this weight.
Yeah, that's next to nothing. Aye. No, I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far.
Efficient, mate, efficient. Satellites are so much easier than manned missions because they're so light.
Aye.
But they're not as exciting.
Aye.
Without the thrill of death. But you know, this has got to be done. What this will also do, it'll give us a network around Kerbin, and if we get missions like get science from space around Kerbin, we'll just be able to jump to the satellite and immediately beam it back. Instant win, instant money.
Well, this was some of my concern. I was figuring we needed to get my infrastructure up and running for exactly those kind of things.
Exactly.
Really.
At the minute, we've been doing sort of one-off missions, and I think it really is important that we start to build up that infrastructure.
Yeah,
a proper space
it's the
program.
difference between something that's reactive in terms of here's a mission, oh, let's see if we can do it, to being proactive and saying let's put stuff in place so as and when things develop, we can go bang, there you are, you're done.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That's exactly where we want to be.
Aye.
We don't want to be constantly chasing the next mission. We want to be ready for the next mission.
No, and I think we're getting there quite nicely. It's 11.6 needs to be up to.
Now, we've got a little bit of a problem there, but we should be able to push through it.
Nice. Down a touch.
Like, you don't have to be spot on with these.
Now you get some deviation.
Now, what I'll do is I'll do a quick save.
Right.
Because sometimes when you do warp the next manoeuvre, it can skip past it, and that's a bug, and you know how it is. We do revert for bugs, and we do load quick saves for bugs.
The only times we actually will do that. So, time warp's complete. 4-second burn. Oh, it's lovely.
If we even have 4 seconds worth of fuel, but if we don't, we've got the next fuel tank. So I'll just slowly move us around to that point.
So, while we're getting ready for that, I was in Devon for 10 days. I got back at the time of recording. This is a Thursday afternoon. I got back on Tuesday. 10 days with the wife and a bunch of her family down in Devon. Her family have been down to Devon for holidays for years and years. First time I'd ever been. I'd never really seen the southwest of the country. It's nice.
It is.
The southwest is a very nice place. People are nice. Look a bit weird, but they are nice. That was good.
How do they look weird?
Probably in the same way that if somebody from Devon came to Newcastle, they'd go, the people are friendly, but the look
Do you mean
a
like
bit weird.
fashions and styles, or do they all have like big ears and bushy eyebrows or something?
There's a little bit of that going on, if I'm brutally honest.
Ooh.
But
Well, we've just lost 2 viewers.
sorry, Southwest. No, I mean it's just it's personal preference, and as I said, I'm sure if somebody came to Devon, they'd say the people in Newcastle look a little bit weird for whatever reason. That was good. I like that.
We've gone a little bit off target, but it's nothing that a tiny little reorient can't correct.
No, it's not bad. So yeah, so we were staying not too far away from Exeter. We're about 30 mile away from Exeter. Exeter's an alright town, but nowadays you find certainly towns in England, they all feel the same anyway, really. You know, you get...
Oh, we completed the mission. Apparently that was close enough.
Sweet. That's
so
nice.
That's 86,000.
Aye. So what are we doing next? Going to see if we can push
that into a polar orbit.
Cool. Alright. So while you're getting that set up, so yeah, we're staying in some farm buildings in the middle of nowhere, and I was explaining to Ewok before the recording, if you've ever driven down in the southwest, they've got weird roads. I'm saying the people are weird, the roads are weirder. They've kind of got like these little 5 foot wide tracks across like farmland with 10 foot high hedges on either side, and we were driving a Corsa, and the Corsa could barely fit down these little country lanes. They're all 60 mile an hour, but there's no way you'd be able to do that unless you were maybe in like a rally car or something. But what made it even more tricky was you'd be bombing around this corner, and it's all hilly as well, so you're going up and down and left and right, and very kind of compressed, and it's all like dirt tracks. And then you come around a corner, and there's like a tractor.
29-second burn, by the way.
Nice. And then there's like a tractor in the way, and you're just like, well, what do we do now? There's no way to pass. It's like, right, I'm going to have to reverse up this hill for like half a mile because I passed like a gate where I'll be able to reverse into. So I don't know if that like has an impact on the people. Like I found when we were in shops and stuff, people were like, it was like people were serving in slow motion, and I'm not sure if that's just because we were like slightly drunk and leery Geordies and they just didn't like it, or if it's just like people are just super chilled, so they're just like, you'll get this sandwich when I get round to making it, sort of thing. Or yeah, you can get a cup. I went to a bookshop and it was like, it was a Waterstones, and it was the slowest Waterstones I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I've brought the books to you, please just bring them through and sell them to us. And it's like
I didn't even know they still had bookshops. It's the age of the Kindle, mate.
It's not. You see, I still like a good book. You know, I do like me tech, but I love a good book. You kind of beat the physicality of having a book in your hands, the smell of them as well. Can't sniff a Kindle.
Okay.
Don't you tut at me. Books have a nice, especially old books.
Because I'm in quite an eccentric orbit, I think in order to get this sorted, it might be easier, and we've got the fuel to do it. If I just pull it down into a circular, and that'll make it a lot easier.
Right.
To then go to the apo-apps and peri-apps and pull it into where I need it to be.
That's only a 4-second burn there, so we should be alright.
Well, exactly. I mean, we're not spoiled for fuel or time.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So yeah, the other thing though, one thing that the Southwest definitely does have going for it is beer.
Beer
has lots of good beer, lots of lovely country pubs and proper like real ale. Very, very nice. We went to a pub near a place called Fingal Bridge, and that's absolutely lush. There's like a little bridge and like a bit of a walk you can do, but more importantly, they've got a pub that serves really good grub and just absolutely lush drinks. You're sitting by the banks of a river, and the weather down there was absolutely beautiful. We had a couple of days where it was properly pissing it down. The rest of it though, it was like pushing on towards 30.
Bless you.
Oh, bless me. I've came back with a sniffle as well, as you do on holiday. When you're like on holiday in a cottage with 11 people, everybody has each other's bugs now. So.
Oh well, you've got to share things amongst the family, don't you?
Not genetic material. It's certainly, bugs. Bugs is just what happens.
Look at this 1 second burn to get that peri up, and that's going to be the same when we go to the apo-apps. And we're probably going to finish this entire little mission that we've set out to do within the 20-minute time scale that we've given ourselves.
What I should say is, viewers, if you're still watching at this point, at the end of the day, tell me what you think. We think that it makes sense to do the shorter episodes and maybe get some content to you guys more regularly, mainly because it's just easier to digest. There's a reason why most of the sensible YouTubers tend to do 20-minute videos, and it's because a lot of people don't have time to sit down and watch like a full hour episode, even if it's once a week. People are busy. So if we've got 20-minute episodes, it means you can dip in, you can watch that, on like a Saturday night or what have you, and then maybe through the week there'll be another one. So then that's 15, 20 minutes.
And you know what?
Sometimes
if you want the long videos, if we are going to be posting twice a week, wait the week and watch them back to back.
You'll still get you're still going to get the same amount of content. We just want to give you it more in sort of easy to digest, sort of bite-sized chunks, really. At the end of the day. But at the end of the day, we record this because we enjoy doing it, but we love having you guys watch it. So tell us what you think. If you guys like it, that's a good thing. If there's something you don't like, tell us. Kirby in particular will tell us when we're doing things that we don't like, and everybody else watching, new or old, new visitors to the channel and old, can do exactly the same. At the end of the day, when we record, if we were just purely doing it 100% just for us, we wouldn't be bothering to put it on YouTube. We'd just be fannying on.
Incidentally, while you've been jibber-jabbering on, mission complete.
Oh, that's a high five then.
That was sweet and easy. We've still got 2 minutes 19 seconds to spare.
Well, that's really good.
So there we go. I mean, it's a pretty crappy satellite, but it is a satellite, and it's a satellite that just paid for itself about 20 times over.
Aye.
We're now currently sitting on 704,000.
Oh, that's nice.
We can buy that with 250 left over.
We should do it.
So, we can also get surface samples, resource transfers.
Nice.
Brilliant.
We'll like all those things.
We'll buy that.
A few more buildings there.
250,000.
Let's finish up by buying some sciencey stuff.
So we're probably going to get 2 things out of this. So let's have a look through. Heavy rocketry or heavier rocketry.
Don't think we need that really right now.
I mean,
the main sail's good, but yeah, we don't really need that.
Precision propulsion, some extra monoprop stuff, and the Spider liquid fuel engine.
They can be good for landers and what have you, but I don't have much experience of using the smaller parts really.
To be honest, I find that I never use them, even when I have got them. Advanced fuel systems, so that's large monoprop tanks, small, medium and large,
And the
but
big
they're
old
better than the
orange
radials.
ones. Aye.
And the big liquid fuel tank, that is useful.
Aye.
All of those are useful.
That's a contender.
Specialised construction, so we'll get dock and ports.
Yep.
That's the first step towards
We'll
space
get a
stations.
bicoupler as well.
Get a bicoupler, you get the radial attachment point, which can be useful for some more interesting designs. You get the stack separator, which I also find useful if you want to split something into 2 parts and leave both parts
What,
functional.
you mean like separate a stack? With a stack separator?
It's like the decoupler, only the decoupler stays attached to the part that you shoot off, so it can block that element of it off.
Aye.
And with the stack separator, you can split one craft into 2 craft, basically.
Aye.
And I like it. Actuators, so we've got the grabber. I don't think we're ready for asteroid redirects yet. Some supersonic flights. I think you've got
Bigger
the
space plane size, some of the old B7 parts.
Yeah, you've got the old Mark II stuff. And advanced aerodynamics, more engines, more inline stuff. You get the crew cabin, you get the inline Clambertron.
I like that one.
You do get the bigger fairing, bigger
Could be
protective
handy,
shell.
but we're not quite ready for that yet until we've got bigger rockets to
Advanced
cover up.
landing, drogue chutes, bigger heat shields, and bigger legs. Very useful.
I do like the bigger legs.
Very useful. Oh, there's the timer. But we'll finish up what we're doing.
What
Stop.
Why is your phone doing a honky tonk medley? Jesus.
That's the default. Specialised control, so Werner engines, bigger monoprop tanks. Advanced reaction wheels can be useful. That's quite handy. It basically gives basic pilot abilities to a Kerbin who's not a pilot.
Right, okay, then aye.
So that can be useful if you want to send like a small mission where you don't want
With
to
an
use
engineer
with
or
an
something.
engineer or
But you want
scientist.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Command modules, very useful. Some new landing parts.
Is that the cupola?
That's the cupola, yeah. You've got the 3-man command pod, you've got the Mark II lander can, and the large service bay.
Nice.
There's so much useful stuff. Mobile processing lab.
We will need that.
We'll need that, but we can't afford everything we need for space stations at this point. And ladders.
Ladders always handy as well.
Precision engineering. Is that? Oh yeah, the Hex, which is a slightly better. It's got prograde and retrograde functions.
Aye.
And then some scaffolding and some stuff like that.
Aye, smaller stack decoupler.
And the advanced electrics.
Now, I would like to make a case for the advanced electrics because I like having the deployable solar panels.
Bigger batteries, deployable solar panels, and heat shields are going to be a must when we eventually do go down the space station route. So I agree with you there.
Cool.
We've got space for one more.
Right. Okay then.
So I'm thinking you get the big engine. Do we have the skipper? And yeah, we've got the skipper and the poodle. So the big fuel tank could come in useful, as could the additional monoprop capacity.
Aye.
Or maybe not specialised construction just yet.
Not really.
Or advanced landing. I think either. But then again, advanced landing. If we don't have the big ass fuel. No, we've got big enough fuel tanks actually because we can just double stack those bad boys for now. The
I think,
X200.
well, really, sure we're working out here. I think it makes sense to get advanced landing.
It does.
Get some better legs.
And then maybe after that, go for the new command pods.
Aye, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. So, that was a pretty good little episode there, and I think it's about time to wrap up. What are we planning for next episode?
Oh god, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, mate.
Alright then. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and as always, if you have and you haven't already, you can hit that subscribe button to get regular updates of when we're posting up new videos. You can also like the video if you've indeed enjoyed and liked the video. You can also follow us on Twitter at GonzoEwok, or you can search for us on Facebook at GonzoEwok.
Fairly comprehensive there, Gonzo. Thank you.
That was pretty good going, wasn't it?
It was pretty good going.
See you all guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.